Okay, this is a tutorial on how to use Inkscape. I'm just going to draw a simple diagram in Inkscape of the Pythagorean Theorem, just to show how it works. Okay, I guess I can't type right now. Okay, fine. So, I think the reason you should use Inkscape is that Inkscape is completely free, but it's also a very professional program. And, I mean, I'm not perfect. I don't know that much about it, but, okay. So, welcome to Inkscape. It's a little intimidating at first glance. Let me just show you around. Okay, so you'll want a mouse while using Inkscape. One really nice thing about Inkscape is that there are a lot of keyboard shortcuts, which you can start memorizing and then really speed up your time. Middle click on the mouse zooms in. You can also hold down the middle button. You can also hold down your middle button, move the canvas around. Shift middle zooms out. Really helpful command to know. Okay, so Inkscape is what's called a vector editor, meaning that when we draw something, unlike a paint program or whatever, you don't have to erase and then restart. You can take what you draw and then just tweak it. Like, you can go into an old stroke and then move bits of it around, and it won't lose any graphic clarity. And also you can export in what's called a .svg, which means that the image can be scaled to any size without losing resolution. Okay, so basics. Down here you've got your color palette. Let's just... Okay. I'm just going to dive in, and then I'll show some other stuff. This is the pen tool. It draws what are called Bezier curves, which are, I think, one of my favorite tools for lab diagrams. And I mean, they're a bit messy, but I think they can be wonderful. Okay, so while you're using Inkscape, you'll see helpful hints all the time down here. Okay, first thing I'll do, I'll set my color and my stroke. Wait, my color and my fill. Here, let me just show you what fill looks like, so that you get an idea of how this works. Okay, so I'm going to shift click. I'm going to set my fill to blue, and you can see up here that it just changed. I'm going to set my stroke to black. Okay, cool. So now, what is this vector editor thing? Well, glad you asked. So what Bezier curves allow you to do is it allows you to draw straight lines and freehand shapes, but have the computer come back and then clean up your design. And also it allows you to draw elegant curves really easily. Okay, so this here is a straight line. It's kind of curved right now. So as you can see down here, we press Control, the angle snaps, which, because we're on Mac, it's Command. Come on. Damn. What is going on? Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay. So we could draw a straight line, or alternatively, we could bring our curved handle out. If we use Shift, we're only moving one handle. Yeah, Bezier curves take some getting used to. But what we could do is drop a handle there, and now you can see we just formed curve. And then basic curves are really unintuitive at first, to be honest. Okay. So like, say we're curving here. Well, okay, so by clicking we just set an endpoint, and then we could just smoothly curve like this, and I don't know. Let's keep going, because it looks nice. Instead of that, well, we want to let's just click, and then curve down, curve up. Yeah, anyway, so you might be going, I'm a physics major, this is a total waste of time. This is great. This allows you to easily draw curves that look decent, and it's basically only a little bit more work than freehanding. So here you can see that doodle just turned into this complex shape. And without using that much more work, you can master how to draw things and have it come out well and be a computer-drawn diagram instead of having to build it shape by shape. Okay, so really important panel here. This is your layers panel. Over here is export. We'll get to that in a second. Now, the next thing, fill and stroke. Pay close attention, this is important. So here you have your color editor. You can change the saturation inside of it. Like, remember, we set our stroke currently isn't there. But I'm sure you can see we can change the fill of this thing. And what's really cool about Inkscape is that here, if we leave this thing, we can select it. We're using the select panel, which can quickly be accessed by S. You can see we can move this thing around, we can scale it, we can click one more time, we can rotate it. If you really have to, you can change the axis rotation, so that it'll rotate around, I don't know, this way. I'm sure you can see this is kind of abstract, but this quickly becomes useful. That's the fill panel. Then the stroke panel for a predetermined path, that's what these shapes are called, allows us to control the stroke, which you can see the stroke isn't here. Now this took me hours to figure out the first time I was doing this. Our opacity is 100%, our hue is 100%, our saturation is our lightness is 100%, our saturation is 100%, but where's the stroke? Okay, let's go stroke style. Then you can see that our width right down is 0 millimeters. So let's set that to, I don't know, 50 millimeters. Oh, no. Let's set that to 50 millimeters. Okay, cool. Now you can see that this path has a stroke in it. So like every path has assigned to it a stroke fill. Most of the time you're going to use an empty fill. If you're just trying to draw a line or whatever. Now here's the cool thing about Inkscape. Remember, we just predetermined this thing. Well, it's easy to change the colors. Now that we have it selected, we can just go, okay, let's say, actually we're doing math now, so let's empty it. So I'm going to click once to set my fill to empty. And I'm sure you can see the solid dot indicator here, telling me the fill is not empty. And if I shift click, you can see the ring. Well, now I just set the stroke to nothing. How about, I don't know, this green color, or that color, or, I don't know, any other random color. But you get the idea of how we can quickly manipulate shapes now. Now, okay, I promise we'll be done with theory after this. But what's amazing about Inkscape is that every shape, every path, the curves are parametric, meaning that we can just go back and then tweak shapes to look like exactly however we want them to. So here, this curve, let's say we really don't care about this point. Well, we can go here and here this adds nodes and this deletes nodes. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Just delete this node. Okay, now that part isn't controlled, and it's being determined entirely by those points. Or say we don't like this corner. Well, if you get rid of it, what happens? You can see it becomes a curve. Or say from here to here, it's currently Bezier curving, and we want it not to. Well, then we can use color to make a straight line. And I'm sure you can see how, even if you misdraw something with the tool, you can quickly come back here and edit it. And of course, if you want more control, we can use the plus option. So you can select a point on this thing and then press add node. Oh, you have to select a segment. Okay, cool. There's a segment, now we have another node, and I'm sure there's a stuff you guys want to do. tedious, so we'll move on in a second. But if we accidentally do this thing with this curve, there's no to be here, so we can just delete the node, and I don't know, that still looks bad, so let's just make a line. And there are ways to cut segments, but that's all a little technical. Honestly, you can learn it from Google. And I mean, if you're trying to cut segments, if you're trying to, I'll just put this up. So say here's some tools you're going to want. I use these a lot to draw segments. What we can do is we can separate those. There are a bunch of different options to do it. So like you can break the path and you can delete the segment. I don't know what delete segment is, but if you break the path, well then, oh, that's random. I don't know what that does. However, if you delete a segment, that's the one I like, I think. And you can use shift to select multiple things. If you delete multiple, if you delete a segment, shift. What is going on? Okay, that's better. And so we don't want this segment. Segment. There's a bit of a learning curve. I suppose it's just, well, anyway, you get the idea of how we can take things and manipulate them, and I don't have that much experience, but eventually, I'm sure you can see how enormously helpful it is to be able to go back and then edit things after, and not have to worry about doing it right. Oh. Just I'm pretty sure you need these square endpoints. Yes, there we go. So, there's a square endpoint that you can, yes, there we go. Okay. The diamonds show endpoints. And if you go in here and you add those are the endpoints of curves, so you can't really take them. However, if we have just trivial middle points, then we can go in and go, okay, we don't want this section. And delete the section. And so you can see, well, if we're not in here, then you can just go to select, and the whole shape is now together. So let's get stripping. I want to show you how I would make this happen. There's a shape builder tool that allows you to combine multiple shapes together. I'm not going to teach you how to use it. There's the circle tool. It's super helpful. There's this rectangle tool. Personally, I draw things and then I deal with the consequences. Alright, there we go. Angle lock. Let's see. Okay. Not that side. But you know what? That doesn't matter because the magic is Inkscape. And also up here on your own time, there's a lock here. This allows you to snap to different points and it tells you, okay, here's where you are relative to. You go to this drop down here, you can control whether it snaps to other objects, other nodes, other things. Basically what you'd expect in PowerPoint. This helps you make diagrams. Okay. I'm not liking whatever angle. It's not very square, but hey, that's what the node edge is. Stop. Why is it circle? So, yeah, the tools are enormously powerful and they become intuitive. Okay. So, there's a triangle. And now, if I was adding text, I can quickly just, I don't know. What I like doing before I do anything, I try to figure out what color and what stroke size I want. I think that's a good habit. So, personally, I like other blue. Which I don't do. Um, you drag this bounding box thing here, and then going to. Oh, you have to go to the top. Yeah. Oh, here we are. It's facing. Oh, there we are. Got it. Let's do 15 seconds text. Okay. Cleared. The stroke size is really heavy. Normally I zoom in more when I'm doing things, but I'm not. What color blue I want. Okay, so the stroke size. I shift click, change my stroke because text is mostly stroke, and then I click to set the fill to blue. And then, okay, from there I want I should done text last actually. Anyway, I just added a stroke, press enter to finish it, and one, exit out, and then start the next one. And then don't feel free to just do things until it's time. But and then what we can do, since there's multiple strokes, we can just grab this and then control D duplicates things. No, that's not. It's command D. Okay, good. I'm sure you can see now we have a duplicated thing. And because of lock, it would just snap into place. And then now we have one of these, and okay, and let's use the plus and minus keys because that's another way to zoom in. And different ways to do everything. I'm not sure how to format math text in this. I'm sure there's a way. I'm sure you could just go into a program and then export your math as like an SVG and drag it in here. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to duplicate this. And then, oh, how am I going to do this? Let's take this, move it out of the way here. Take this, and then let's rotate it. And then snapping might get a little. So anyways, this is a really helpful system, by the way. If you use shift, you scale around the rotation center, if you use control, you scale uniformly. So if I do control with this, it would go, oh, that's not what I wanted. Actually, every time the menu says control, they mean, alright, control to scale uniformly. Oh, right, control to scale uniformly means that. That's not. Shift to scale then take the center. Oh, right. Remember to group things. Command G group something. No. So now when you select an object, these things will be together, which is nice. Even when you can't make a mistake. There we go. So now you can see where I scale this thing, it's being scaled on both sides. I don't particularly want to scale that way. I want to just scale one side, which I can do by not holding shift. Oh, that was actually kind of stupid. Because, if I undo that, well, I've already got the thing selected, so that's the slow way. I'm just going to, okay, so now you can see the lock helping me. Thank you, lock. I double click, activating text mode, and then, I don't know, go back to select, I'll hold command, actually I'll hold shift to get multiple things. And then, I don't know, let's make this green. So shift changes my stroke, click changes my fill, because it's just a line, there's no fill. And then what I can do is just a little bit like that, and then I can duplicate. There's a way to right click and do it, I guess. There's some crazy features in here. Like I think you can set like a pattern to be your stroke. So if you're more creatively inclined than I am, I'm sure there's plenty of options. I just don't want to make things that pretty because I don't need to. Okay, let's just move this out of the way right now. And then this. Let's rotate. Alright. Okay. Yeah, remember to group things. Otherwise, you'd have to select that 3 times, and that's a waste of time. But, yeah, there's a lot of keyboard shortcuts. Don't need to know that many. Command G groups things. Command D duplicates them. You rotate into them, click it once. When you're in select, when you select something, you're in scale mode, right? Click it again, go to rotate. And then, I don't know, you can see it. It's not quite. Now, if Inkscape is actually my best friend, which I believe it to be, it will lock, or alternatively, oh, there we go! Thank you, Inkscape. And of course, you can see when lock happens that, and I'm not holding shift, it's only scaling one side, not uniformly. And then, I don't know, that's a little bit. So let's, I changed my mind. Actually, now I'm going to hold command, scale uniformly. Oh, okay. Okay, now I get it. Okay. So, command scales uniformly on one side. Shift scales it uniformly around the center. So command plus shift scales it uniformly on both sides. Which means we can do a little something like this, and then, I don't know, it's kind of thick. Let's scale it down. Oh, there. I don't know. Can I make it better? I could ungroup. I don't know. I feel perfectionistic right now. Let's command U, I think, to ungroup. Yeah, command U to ungroup. And of course, you know how to use the internet. You can find keyboard shortcuts. It's not that hard. And then I guess you can rotate one side. And then you can scale out. And then, I don't know, we have the text here. Use it. Put it in line with the other. I don't know. Personally, I'm feeling partial to purple today. Yeah, please let me know if you know figure out how to do math formatting in Inkscape. I'll make a video on that when I have it figured out. And then, okay, so also one thing to note, you can be really messy with the bounding box here, because this won't actually select anything except for what you have fully selected. So like here, it's going to select that triangle, but that's not a problem, because I can just shift and then click the triangle. And now you can see that the triangle is not being selected. So now what can we do? Well, we can just make it all purple. So there's no fill, so I'm going to hold shift, set the stroke, and actually, it's still bright purple. Beautiful. I think Dr. Fogel would have been proud of that diagram if he'd made it. Oh, one last touch. Let's choose black. Instead of fill, let's go to black here. Set our fill by clicking, set our stroke by shift clicking, and then let's zoom in, go into here, and then hold Control to activate angle lock, and something like that. And then you can press Enter, and you don't want that fill, then you just hold, you're just going to click once, get rid of our fill, and there you go. Not bad if I say so. Okay. So once you're done with your masterpiece, here's how you're going to finish it. So what I like doing personally, I like going into layers here. I like collapsing them. You hide a layer, everything in it disappears. You can add multiple layers if you have multiple diagrams. I keep all of my diagrams for a project together. Okay. So now what I would do, I would go to Export, and I personally, LaTeX likes PDFs. I can make a video on that later, I guess, but so you can get a PNG out of this, you can get a PDF, you can get a JPEG, you can get anything you like. Transparency as background works pretty well for most programs. I'd delete it. In my case, I'd go to PDF, and then, like, I don't really care about this whole document. In fact, I don't want the whole document, so if I go to the, so here, it's page size. This is what Word does by default, and I hate it. Instead, go to Document. And now look, your diagram's magically cropped, and you can just press Export, save it. I mean, oh. Never mind. I just put it somewhere weird. Yeah, so go into a folder here, save it. I mean, physics is hard. Saving files is not. I like Inkscape a lot. I think it makes the process a lot earlier. So, I don't know. Please like and subscribe if this tutorial helps you. And I'll make more videos on Inkscape soon. Okay. So, yeah. Future topics are going to probably be how to use Word, how to use LaTeX, and how to learn LaTeX enough that you can use it for lab reports, and also how to include mathematical functions from LaTeX or whatever in an Inkscape document. All right, that's all for now. Bye.